Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, welcome to Petrochemical class. So today we are going to talk about product manufacturing path of aromatics, which will be presented by me, Bayu Adilyanto, and my friend Ain Satya Nuraini. Okay, there are two sections that we are gonna discuss. The first one is definition, characteristic, and presence in crude oil that will be presented and explained by me, and production, product sample that will be explained by my friend Ain. Let's get started. What is aromatic compounds? Aromatic compounds are substances that consist of one or more rings that contain alternating single and double bonds on its chemical structure. Or, in general, aromatic compounds are cyclic hydrocarbons that contain resonance structures. Resonance structures happens when there are two or more possible Lewis structure of a molecule. For the example, we have benzene molecule. In this example, those pi bonds can be in this position or in this position, so they are alternating between them. In reality, benzene never actually in this structure or in this structure, but is actually in between, so that's why we draw it as a ring. Aromatic compounds have stable ring structure due to overlap of the pi orbitals, or resonance as explained before. They do not easily add to reagents such as halogen and acid as to as alkane. Aromatic hydrocarbons are susceptible, however, to electrophilic substitution reaction in presence of a catalyst. Generally, aromatics are nonpolar or not soluble in water, but they do dissolve in organic solvent such as hexene, diethyl ether, and carbon tetrachloride. Okay, let's move on the characteristic. This is the characteristic of aromatic compounds. The first one, it must be cyclic, not linear nor anomer. The second characteristic, it must be planar. The molecule shape should be planar and they don't have 3D displacement. The third one is they have resonance structure. The fourth one, they must follow Huckel's rule of 4n plus 2. Huckel's rule states that the number of pi electron must be 2, 6, 10, 14, 18, so on and so forth, well as the n number is a whole number, not a decimal. For example, benzene. Let's take a look at this benzene. Here, as we can see, benzene has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pi electron. So it's considered as aromatic since it follows Huckel's rule. Now, let's look at this example of cyclopropadiene. It meets few criteria of aromatics such as cyclic, planar, and it maybe has resonance structure. But if we see the Huckel's rule, it only has 4 pi electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 is not considered as this number. So this is not following the Huckel's rule. So this is not aromatic compounds. But by the way, cyclopropadiene is categorized as anti-aromatic. Okay, move on to the next example. This is cyclopropadienyl anion. It is cyclic, has planar shape, and might be resonance. On the Huckel's rule, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do this molecule really follow Huckel's rule? Remember, this is anion, so this has one pair of electrons, and that pair of electrons can make pi bonds. So the pi bonds will get an addition of 2 more. It's considered as aromatic. Okay, let's move on to aromatic in crude oil. Lower number of aromatic compounds are present in small amount in crude oil and light petroleum fraction. The simplest mononuclear aromatic compound is benzene, as we discussed before. Toluene and xylene are also mononuclear aromatic compounds found in variable amount in crude oil. Benzene, toluene, and xylene, or we can call them BTX, are important petrochemical intermediate as well as valuable gasoline component. Separating BTX aromatic from crude oil distillates is not feasible because they are present in low concentration of 3 to 13%. So the separation process is a little bit difficult. The extraction part will be explained by my friend Ain.
Okay, the next material is production. Benzene, toluene, xylene, and ethylbenzene are the aromatic hydrocarbons with a widespread use as petrochemical. They are important precursors for many commercial chemicals and polymers such as phenol, dinitrotoluene or TNT, nylons, and plastics. This is the diagram for extraction of aromatics. You can see that diagram. Benzene, toluene, and xylene or BTX can be made by various processes. However, most BTX production is based on the recovery of aromatic derived from the catalytic reforming of heavy naphtha in a petroleum refinery. Catalytic reforming usually utilizes a feedstock, naphtha, that contains non-aromatic hydrocarbon with 6 to 12 carbon atoms and typically produces a reformed product containing C6 to CH aromatic such as benzene, toluene, xylene, as well as paraffin and heavier aromatic containing 9 to 12 carbon atoms. Then, the tetraextraction process by union carbide uses tetraethylene glycol as a solvent. The feed or reformate, which containing a mixture of aromatic, paraffin, and naphthenics after heat exchange with hot raffinate, is countercurrently contacted with an aqueous tetraethylene glycol solution in the extraction column. The hot resolvent containing BTX aromatic is cooled and intruded into the top of stripped column. Then, the aromatic extract is purified by extraction distillation and recovered from the solvent by stream stripping. The raffinate are constituted mainly of paraffin, isoparaffin, and cycloparaffin, is wasted by the water to recover traces of solvent and then sent to the storage. The solvent is recycled to the extraction tower. Then, the extract, which is composed of BTX and ethylbenzene, is then fractionated. Benzene and toluene are recovered separately, and ethylbenzene and xylene are obtained as a mixture, CH aromatic. Due to the narrow range of the boiling point of CH aromatic, separation by fractional distillation is difficult. A superfractionation technique is used to segregate ethylbenzene from the xylene mixture. Because p-xylene is the most valuable isomer for producing synthetic fiber, it's usually recovered from the xylene mixture. Fractional crystallization used to be the method for separating the isomer, but the yield was only 60%. Currently, in industrial uses, continuous liquid phase adsorption separation process. The next material is products. The first is benzene. Product containing benzene pine liquor, and furnace reformer. Industrial solvent, gasoline and other fuels, glue, paints, furniture works, detergent, thinners, inks, adhesives and coatings, rubber, industrial cleaning and degreasing formulation. The second is silence. In histology, silence is used to process a stained tissue. One of the chief uses of silence is a lubricant, and it's so used in motor oil or brake fluid. Silence's powerful solvent properties are used in printing, rubber, and leather processing. Silane is a component of lubricant in motor oil, paints and paint thinners, polishers, waxes, antifreeze, sealants, adhesives, and even gasoline and cigarettes. Silane is used in some glue. Silane is also used as a cleaner. The last is toluene. Solvent used in carbon nanotubes like fullerenes, also used as cement for fine polystyrene kits. Breaking or disturbing red blood cells in order to extract hemoglobin in biochemistry experiment. Octane booster in gasoline fuels used in internal combustion engines. Nail products containing toluene are applied to the heart. Largely impenetrable surface of the nail where a smooth and glossy film is quickly formed upon the evaporation of the solvent. Methylbenzene is used to manufacture benzene, urethane's raw material, and other organic chemicals. It is used in the production of pharmaceutical, dyes, and cosmetic nail products. It's used in agricultural sector against roundworms and hookworms.
Okay, thank you very much, Ain. So maybe that's all from us. If you have any question, you can write it on Petrochemical Group. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.